Hello, everyone. Um, I'm excited to kick off our presentation. Today, we'll explore how to create impactful learning experience using a new approach we called the learning proposition canvas. Um, my colleague Galiya, Dautbayeva. Hello, Galiya.
Hello, everyone.
And me, Maksym Korniichuk, are the present speakers for today. Today, we'll start by discussing the concept of value in our projects. Then we will introduce the learning proposition canvas that help us to create value-driven learning solutions. We will discuss the importance of understanding our learners and explore how to align learning strategies with learners' needs and goals. We'll share an example of creating the learning proposition canvas. And finally, we will open the floor for questions. Okay, let's talk about value. What does it really mean when we say we create value in our project? Uh, for someone, it is about the revenue we help generate for our customers. For others, it might be about enhancing user satisfaction. When we look at learning projects, the value we create can also vary. For example, a company might seek to improve employee performance and increase productivity, or we can help to reduce onboarding time for new hires. This shows us that at the beginning of each project, we often face a lot of uncertainty. Even we have requirements, we sometimes lack a clear understanding of the value we are creating and the needs we are addressing. That's why it's crucial for us to move quickly from uncertainty to clarity. And a while back, Alexander Osterwalder introduced the value proposition concept, a great way to enhance this process. He suggested to describe our user profile on one side, including user tasks and jobs, their bad outcomes, risks, obstacles, and benefits user wants to achieve. And the value map on the other side. This includes all the products and services the value proposition is building around. This helps us understand how we create value for our users. Osterwalder emphasized the importance of finding a fit between these two elements. Building on this concept, we developed the learning proposition canvas. The learning proposition canvas is divided in two main sections. The first is the learner profile, the heart of the canvas. Here we delve into understanding our learners' needs, challenges, and goals. The second section is learning proposition, where the magic happens. This is where we align our learning strategies with um, needs and goals of our learners. It is important to remember that the learning proposition canvas is more than just a tool. It's a shift in mindset. It encourages us to think deeply about what drives our learning solutions and to stay focused on our learners. Now I'd like to hand it over to Galiya, who will take us deep into this approach. Galiya?
Thank you very much, Maksym. So now we will talk more about the learner profile, which consists of learner gains, jobs, and pains. And creating the learner profile and analyzing it is crucial, really crucial for crafting an effective learning solution. So starting with the learner jobs, these basically are the specific tasks, problems, or needs that learners need to address during or after the training or learning process. They can be categorized into functional, social, personal, and supporting jobs. Functional jobs are basically the day-to-day activities of the learners, their tasks, their needs, And they also can be grouped into knowledge acquisition. For example, when the learner wants to learn some software principles, skill development, when the learner wants to actually acquire the skills of using some particular software, and attitude adjustments, for example, fostering a continuous learning environment. Next one, under social jobs. These are basically all about the social recognition, social standing of the learner. For example, they want to gain some certification, engage in the forums, attending the conferences, and this all leads to greater reputation and more networking opportunities for our audience. Next one are the personal jobs. This is all about the personal standing, feeling, and professional growth. For example, this can be pursuing leadership roles, enhancing problem-solving skills, and engaging in interesting projects. And these jobs actually can help our learners in their professional and personal life. And finally, there are supporting jobs, which is a variety of roles and tasks that our learners need to do during course preparation. When the course is complete, they need to apply their newly acquired knowledge. And it's also about learning management, meaning that, managing the logistics, the administration of the learning process, tracking the progress, tracking the time, and so on. These all jobs lead to more effective learning engagement and more effective and successful completion of the learning. So now we will go to the examples. Please, Maksym. Oh, sorry, you are on mute.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Galiya. Now let's see how it works in practice. Imagine we want to create a machine learning operations course. This is a crucial discipline essential for delivering data-related projects. However, MLOps is a complex and rapidly evolving field. MLOps specific competency often leads to failures in data projects. Imagine that we identified two learning personas, Alice, middle data science specialist, and Bob, product manager for AI project. Alice wants to advance to senior level role on the project. Bob needs to foundational understanding of MLOps to communicate effectively with development team. Let's start working with our canvas by filling in the learning job for Alice and Bob. Alice needs to master MLOps tools and practices. She wants to gain recognition as an MLOps expert. She wants to achieve personal satisfaction from leading complex AI projects. She understands that before taking the course, she needs to research MLOps trends and technologies. And Alice wants to apply advanced MLOps techniques on ongoing projects. Bob needs to understand the basics of AI product lifecycle. He wants to build a network with technical teams and data scientists. He wants to become a bridge between development teams and business stakeholders. Learning preparation phase is crucial for Bob. He must be familiar with AI and machine learning concepts. And Bob wants to apply knowledge and effectively communicate business needs to development teams. And I'm passing the mic to Galiya.
Okay, now we will talk more about the learner pains. This is the next section of our learner profile. These are the frustration, obstacles, problems, risks that impede the effective learning. They can be also categorized into undesired outcomes and problems, obstacles, and risks. Starting from the undesired outcomes and problems, these are the negative experiences, frustrations, problem, inefficiencies that learners may encounter during or after passing the learning program. For example, learners may fail the certification program and simply not obtain necessary certification to be able to perform their job on a necessary level. Next one are obstacles. These are the barriers that prevent learners from effective learning and from successfully completing the learning process. For example, they can be time constraints, some resource limitations, or some technical issues. And the last one are risks. These are potential negative consequences that learners fear might occur during or after the learning process. For example, learners may fear that they will fail the certification program, or they will fear that they will waste a lot of time passing this program and will not achieve anything after that. So yeah, identifying all of that, all of these three sections are also necessary for crafting an effective learning solution and analyzing our audience. And now, again, I will pass the mic to Maksym.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Galiya. Let's return to our example and try to fill in the learner pains section. For Alice, the undesired outcome is failing to implement MLOps practices, leading to project delays. Also, right now, there is limited access to practical MLOps learning materials. And there is a risk of stagnation in her career due to lack of advanced knowledge in rapidly evolving MLOps practices. Bob is afraid of miscommunication with dev team due to lack of understanding of MLOps. He feels frustrated with difficult MLOps topic without a structured learning material. Also, there is the risk of project failure due to wrong management of AI products. And I'm passing the stage to you, Galiya.
Thank you, Maksym. Now I will talk about the last section of learner profile. These are learner gains. This is what actually our learners will achieve or achieve during the learning process. These gains can be also categorized into required, expected, desired, and unexpected gains. Now we will look at them in more detail at each of them. So the first one is required gains. These are basically the fundamental, non-negotiable, and mandatory outcomes that learners must achieve after completing the learning process. For example, again, coming back to our example with certification program, this can be the certification that will help them to perform their job tasks on the required level. Next one are expected gains. These are the standard benefits that learners expect they will achieve after completing the learning process. And these gains should be aligned between the learner and the organization. For example, learners are expected and they expect themselves that they will perform their job tasks more quickly after passing the course. Next one are desired gains. These are additional benefits that learners would like to achieve. They're not really essential, but they really create a great value to our learning solutions and enhance the effectiveness. For example, learners may desire that they will acquire some leadership roles during the course, the training, that these skills will help them in their work. And last one, unexpected gains. These are surprising benefits that nobody anticipated that will achieve after passing the learning process, the learning program. They really and significantly enhance the value of our learning solution. For example, it can be more networking opportunities that appear during the learning process, and maybe as our learners experience like sharing expertise to others. So these are the gains that nobody expected they will achieve. And now again, I will pass the mic to Maksym with the example.
Yes, thank you, Galiya. Okay, let's master the learner gains section. Alice definitely wants to acquire advanced MLOps knowledge. She expects recognition from her RM for leading AI projects. Alice desires personal growth by mastering advanced MLOps concepts and practices. And she will be definitely surprised if she discovers new career opportunities in AI and MLOps through networking and collaboration. Bob wants to build foundational knowledge in MLOps. He expects to enhance project management skills specific to AI product development. Bob desires to establish himself as a competent manager of AI products. And it would be great if he could uncover innovative ideas through a deeper understanding of MLOps capabilities. With this, I'll hand it over to Galiya again.
Thank you, Maksym. Now we will dive deep into the learning proposition. So once we identify the pains, the gains, the jobs of our learners, we will craft the learning proposition, which consists of gain creators, pain relievers, and a learning solution. Starting from the first section, this is the learning solution. Learning solution is designed to meet the diverse needs of our audience, and which should be actually also aligned with the business goals as well. Learning solution must be relevant, engaging, and impactful, and of course effective. And as I said, each of these methods or each of these learning solutions should address the needs, the pains, and the gains. There are two types of learning solution. This is the formal learning solution and the informal learning solution. Formal one is more about following the curriculum, the syllabus, with the assessments, and also with the mandatory or really tangible outcomes. They can be two types of formal learning. These are online learning, which we all know about. These are self-paced courses online, and it can be also the blended learning with the live discussions, live session for discussions. Moving on to informal learning approaches or informal learning solutions. Well, they are compared with the formal, they are more unstructured, they are more spontaneous, and they really based on the social interactions between the learners to kind of foster the culture of continuous learning and improvement. For example, job shadowing is about experiencing a senior colleague to obtain some skills to learn something new. And community engagement is also about networking opportunities, sharing ideas, sharing expertise. And as I said, these approaches are not really structured as formal one. They're more spontaneous and based on the social interaction between the learners. When talking about the learning solution, it's really crucial to add some engagement and motivation techniques in your solution because they really enhance the effectiveness, they really bring the value, and they can really address our pains and gains more concretely, more specifically. For example, it can be gamification, it can be some coding practices, some automated tools for checking your program or code. Again, live discussions, chats, scenario-based practices, and others. They are all directed into really enhancing the value of our learning solutions. The next section of our learning proposition is pain relievers, which describe how specific learning solution will address the pains that we identified before. For example, the pain relievers can be flexible learning schedules, hand-on practice opportunities, engaging and interactive content. Notice that each of them is really specific and really concrete to address the pain, not generic, and really directed and into the alleviating the pain. And the last section are gain creators, which describe how our learning solution will produce desired gains, desired outcomes and benefits for our audience. For example, it can be certification, career development resources, collaboration, personalized learning paths, and so on. They also should be really specific, concrete, to really address the gains that we identified before. And again, I will pass the mic to Maksym.
Thank you, Galiya. And let's try to design our learning solution that fits learner jobs, pains, and gains. Our solution can start with a pre-assessment to identify existing knowledge levels. It combines self-paced lesson with theory, hands-on activities for practical application, and mentorship sessions for personalized guidance. For Alice, it would be benefit advanced technical topics. For Bob, an introductory track that simplifies MLOps concepts. Based on pre-assessment results, personalized learning paths are created for each learner. It's very important to define how exactly we will relieve pains and create gains. These items must be matched with previously defined learners' pains and gains. And thank you for being with us. We are ready to answer your questions. Please feel free to speak up or write in the chat.